Why, hello everybody, it is Richard the Urban Warlock here from Urban Warlock Healing. Yes, I've finally got my cards out again. I've just about done with ranting and triggering people, so I thought we'd do a reading. So this is a no hashtag reading, it is a collective reading to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Now, I'm going back to the, I'm getting a lot of the same readings come up again on the feed. The latest one is that my one apparently is thinking of coming forward. They're thinking of making some communication, and I'm making them feel quite anxious, and they're intimidated by my energies. So, it's me, so probably yes. Yeah. So let's do an Urban Warlock one. Let's do one of mine. See if it matches up. Okay. So yes. Oh, and drop my cards. Good start. Caught in the cloth there. Right, so yes, so we're going to do what is your person thinking about you, because that's generally the line that we're going through. I've had a lot of coffee already today. I've had 5 cups already, and I've just started on a glass of Coke. So yes, as I said to somebody at an event the other day, if I'm not dropping my cards with caffeine shakes during a reading, is it really a reading with Richard? Right, let's have a look. Excuse me. So, yes, let's pull some cards and get on with it. Oh dear, Richard. Right, we'll see how it develops, but at the moment, this isn't looking good. Okay. Oh, Charlie. Right, okay, so first card we've got is the King of Cups in the reverse position. So Cups relates to the element of water. We're generally talking about something on an emotional level. Now, Kings are masculine energy. As I always say, generally speaking, the people who have tarot readings are the feminine energies, because they tend to be into more of this stuff and spirituality and stuff than masculine energies. Now, Kings and Queens are not very good rulers when they're in the reverse position. So this guy is liable to be... get quite upset about things. There can be a tendency for emotional manipulation. We could potentially be dealing with a narcissist here, I'm afraid. Yes, not quite fitting in with the others so far, is it? It might change, so I'll behave myself for the time being. The next card we've got is the Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles relates to the element of earth. It can mean money and finance, but in this case, I'm going to go for non-financial wealth. So it's some kind of investment. Now, Knights don't have the knowledge of the Kings and the Queens. They're more so than the Pages, but they're more about forward motion. Now, this Knight in the upright position, he's not in a rush because he's earth energy. We're plodders. We're planners and plodders. Now, you'll notice that he is offering the Pentacle. So we're talking about some kind of offer coming in. Problem is, it's in the reverse position. So this is saying that the offer is not coming in for some reason. Okay. Now, things might change because we've then got the Death card. Okay, so the Death card is about shedding old skin. In my opinion, it should be called rebirth, really. It's about killing off what no longer serves us and moving on to something new. Now, as it stands at the moment, I've got one or two ways to go. We're either dealing with a narcissist who is not coming forward, so we're going to go, enough's enough, let's kill this off. The other thing is that they might not be a narcissist. They might just be all upset and in their head and emotions all over the place. And this is why they're not coming through. However, they might start be going through some kind of rebirth. So we'll see based on the next couple of cards where we go. Like I say, with me as well, I'm quite happy to change my mind as I go through, depending on the energy of the cards. Right, okay. Right, we then got the Queen of Swords in the upright position. So swords relates to the element of air. It's generally speaking about the way we think and the words we use. We're talking about feminine energy here, so I'm more liable to go that this is the querent. And if you're a man, do not worry. I'm a man. I identify as a man. My feminine energies are higher, so I tend to identify more with the queens. Now, this queen, she's got her head screwed on, basically. She's not going to let any silly behaviour get to her. When it's time to talk, she will talk with clarity. Okay, it will hold weight to it. It won't be as weighty as the king. It will be done in a kind of softer way. So if you think about like if the king and the queen were parents, the king is liable to say to a child who's being naughty, is liable to give him a telling off because they deserve it. The queen is going to be a little bit more, I'm not cross, I'm just disappointed. It's very much more that kind of energy. If we're going down the lines of we're the ones, you know, the querents, the ones who's going enough's enough, it could be that, you know, you should I say, are cutting this person off. It may be that that's what their fear is, that you're going to be like, no. Next card is the Three of Swords in the reverse position. So again, where we think words we use. In the upright position, this is the heartbreak card. It can indicate third party situation. Okay, not always, but it can do. Okay, now it's in the reverse position, so this is telling me that there's some kind of wounding that is starting to get let go of. Okay. Gravity takes effect when we flip this round and those swords start to fall off. So if we're going down the third party route, it could be that the third party is starting to be released. It could be that if they've got in their head about the situation, they're starting to let that go. So I'm starting to panic a little bit now because it looks like it could potentially be going down the lines of they might be coming in, but we'll see. At the moment, they're not coming in though. At the moment, they're not coming in with some kind of offer. Okay, right. Overall outcome. Seven of Cups in the reverse position. So again, Cups, water, emotions. Okay, this card is a bit busy. I appreciate it's a bit hard to see in this deck, but what would normally be the shadowy figure, so the light figure in this case, this normally represents yourself, the person having the tarot reading. Now, out of every cup, there's something different coming out of it. So it talks about an abundance on an emotional level. Now, it's in the reverse position, so it's normally that there's kind of some kind of negative thought processes on those options that are available. Now, I normally find that those options are still very positive, but the person tends to panic a little bit about it. Now, kind of linking that, saying, because this is what your person thinks about you, I'm kind of liable to say that they're stuck. They're a little bit stuck because they're worried if they make a certain choice, if they make a certain move, it's going to be the wrong move. Okay, so obstacles or blockages, Three of Pentacles. Okay, this one is kind of like the cooperation card. So in the card, you've got three figures. You've got the landowner, the builder, the architect. They're all working together to build this cathedral. They've all got different skill sets, but they're all got the same long-term goal in mind, and they're all working together. This, to me, would suggest that the person that you are thinking about has a fear of commitment. The person you are thinking about has a fear of things going right, believe it or not. That's where I'd go with that. Okay. Removing any blockages. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So nines are reflection cards before we go into 10 and close down the cycle. Again, it's Pentacles, so it's some kind of investment. Now, you got the lady in the garden there. Her fruits or flowers have finally come to bloom. So she's just taking a moment to enjoy it. She's reflecting back. She's looking back at the hard work she's put into things. She's going to take a moment to give herself a pat on the back before she moves on to 10 and complete it. Now, when it's in the reverse position, it tends to be that we're reflecting back and we're realising that things haven't really come out the way we wanted to. So how your person is going to kind of get over this and move on is to realise that either they've invested, if we're talking about third party one here, that they've invested in too much in the wrong direction, or if they're the kind of person who's kind of like popped into your life, you know, had a bit of an effect and then buggered off again. It could be that they need to realise that, you know, they didn't really put the effort in. Okay, they need to reevaluate the situation. Now, this to me, are they going to come back? Are they coming in? No indication of that here. No indication of that here. It kind of, the reading kind of gets to a certain point and then stops. You know, it's kind of very much like they've got into a bit of a panic about their options. I'm going to go on to part two. That's unusual for me, isn't it? I'm going to go on to part two and we're going to have a look at a future reading. See you in a second.